Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Joy Learning TV.
You are welcome to General Agriculture for SHS 1 on Joy Learning TV. I am your facilitator, Ehima Frank. Today, I'll be guiding you to explore the world of agriculture. Call a friend to come and join us as we take a journey to explore the world of agriculture. Our topic for today is Introduction to Agriculture. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define what agriculture is. You should also be able to identify and describe the various branches of agriculture. Again, you should be able to state 5 contributions of agriculture to the national economy. And finally, you should be able to identify the interdependence of agriculture and industry. Now come with me as we explore agriculture. Agriculture is defined as the science and business of cultivating crops and husbandry of animals for human consumption. Agriculture is a science because it involves the use of scientific principles and techniques for the growing and rearing of animals. Agriculture is also a business because it involves the production, processing, and distribution of agricultural products for profit. It also involves the investment of capital, land, labor, and also requires the knowledge of government policies and market forces. So you see, agriculture has gone beyond the subsistence level when people used to engage in purposely to feed their families, and the event of surpluses, it is sold to supplement family income. Agriculture has gone beyond that. People don't engage in it just because they want to feed their families. It's now a profitable business venture. As the lesson progresses, you will get to know why agriculture is so important to our very existence as humans. Let's move on to look at the branches of agriculture. There are several branches of agriculture, and we'll look at them one after the other and try to understand what each of them entails. The first branch of agriculture is crop production. Crop production deals with the scientific study, improvement, cultivation, protection, and utilization of crops. We've just learned that agriculture is about cultivating crops and keeping animals. So it is important that the crops that you cultivate, you need to study them, you need to know how to improve them, to develop better cultivars, so that when they are cultivated, you get better yield. And it is this branch of agriculture that concerns itself with the improvement, the protection, and utilization of the crops. Crops can be attacked by pests and infected by diseases. It is important that you study the diseases and the pests that can attack these crops and develop strategies to deal with them so that you don't lose your crops. So crop production deals with everything about the crops. Another branch of agriculture is animal production. Animal production deals with the scientific study, the improvement, the management, and utilization of animals. It also includes the nutrition of the animals. So everything that will help the farmer to produce animals that are of good quality falls under animal production. Another important branch of agriculture is horticulture. Horticulture deals with the study and cultivation of fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants. So examples of fruits include avocados, pawpaw, orange, etc. Examples of vegetables also include okra, carrot, as you can see on your screen, the image on your screen, very beautiful carrot. Aside carrot, cabbage, lettuce, among others. Ornamental plant, talk about hibiscus, flamboyant, etc. So it is this branch of agriculture that concerns itself with the study of these fruits, vegetables, and ornamentals. One may ask, are these also not crops? So why is it finding itself here? The reason we have horticulture is that this branch of agriculture focuses solely on fruit, vegetables, and ornamentals. And in some instances, there's some little element of landscape design because of the ornamental plants. Let's move on to look at other branches. Soil management. Soil is the most widely used medium of growth for crops. So it is important that it is studied. You need to study to know its component. In an event that it loses its nutrient, you need to study so you know how to bring back the nutrient. So soil management deals with the scientific study of the soil, its properties, its use, its management, and conservation, how to conserve it so that it could continue to serve the purpose of producing crops. So that is soil management, everything concerning the soil, its fertility, its water content, etc. Everything falls under soil management. And there are soil scientists who dedicate a lot of time to study the soil and give us the necessary information. Yet another branch of agriculture is farm mechanization. And farm mechanization, it deals with the application of engineering principles to agriculture by manufacturing tools, implement machines to carry out farm operations with ease and in a timely manner. So if you look at the image on your screen, you see a tractor mounted with a plow to till the soil. This helps the farmers to do their work with some amount of ease, because instead of using this, if you go in and use animals, you're going to spend a lot of time in tilling the soil. But with the use of machines, within some few hours, you are done. So farm mechanization ensures that farming is done with ease. It ensures that you don't spend a lot of time on the farm. So instead of mounting a knapsack sprayer at your back and pumping, now there are drones that can be used to spray your field. So everything concerning making sure that farming is done with some amount of ease and in a timely manner falls under farm mechanization. Fisheries. Fisheries is also another important branch of agriculture. And in Ghana, we have the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, headed by the Honorable Howard Kumsin. This branch of agriculture deals with all the activities employed in a recreational and commercial production of fish and other aquatic animals. So your tilapia, your catfish, shrimps, all of these falls under the branch of fisheries. The health of the fish, the nutrition of the fish, everything falls under fisheries as a branch of agriculture. Another important branch of agriculture is forestry. And this branch deals with the management of forest lands, trees, and other resources to produce economic goods for the benefit of man. So our timber comes from our forest. Game hunting is all falls under forestry. So this branch of agriculture concerns itself with everything that has to do with the forest, the protection of the forest, making sure that people do not encroach forest lands. In Ghana, fortunately, we have the Forestry Commission that is tasked to do that job. So this is the branch of forestry. Yet another important branch of agriculture is agriculture economics. It deals with the study and use of limited resources to produce and market agricultural products that consumers want. You know, our wants as humans are unlimited. However, the resources needed to satisfy these wants are in short supply. So this branch of agriculture concerns itself with ensuring that the limited resources at the disposal of the farmer is used prudently to maximize production. That is what agriculture economics is all about. Another important branch of agriculture is agriculture extension. I call them agriculture evangelists because they go out there to propagate the good news about agriculture. So here it deals with educating farmers about the ways to improve their farming and related activities to maximize productivity. So when new ways of farming are discovered, somebody needs to go and inform the farmers for them to become aware of it and adopt the new practice. It is this branch of agriculture that focuses on ensuring that farmers have access to information about the innovations in agriculture. They use various means to reach the farmers. There are extension officers that are responsible for disseminating new information, new knowledge, teaching the farmers, demonstrating new practice to farmers. All of these activities fall under agriculture extension. I hope you are enjoying the journey so far, the journey of exploration so far. Now let's move on to look at the contribution of agriculture to the national economy. Do we get any benefit from agriculture at all? Or it's just a waste of our time? We should not even spend money and time on agriculture. What is it at all that agriculture contributes to our economy? Let's look at them. So the first one, it serves as a source of food. We need food. We need energy. And our energy, the nutrients that will give us the energy we need, we get them from food. And agriculture ensures that we have enough to eat, to get the necessary energy we need to go about our daily activities. Serve as a source of food. So as you can see on your screen, the image of yam with some stew. So yam gets carbohydrate from yam. There's some eggs also here. We get proteins from eggs. And oh, sobolo too is here. And I really love sobolo. I hope you do. Oh, sobolo is made from hibiscus flowers. So you see, with that agriculture, our very existence will be threatened because we need to eat first before we can engage in every other activity. So the first contribution of agriculture to economy is that it ensures that we are food secure, serve as a source of food. Another contribution of agriculture is that it serves as a source of employment. Agriculture has employed me. I am an agriculture teacher. So as you can see on the screen, there's a teacher teaching some students. Agriculture provides employment in the form of teaching. Also, we can be a trader, engage in the buying and selling of agricultural goods. As you can see on your screen, the image, the beautiful market woman selling agricultural produce. See some bananas, you see some ripe plantain, you see onions, tomatoes, etc. Also, it can engage in the production of crops. You see a farmer here, he can become a farmer. Aside what you see on your screen, you can become a soil scientist. You can become a veterinary doctor. So agriculture is a viable means of reducing the unemployment rate in the country. So I use this medium to entreat youth like myself to see agriculture as an alternative. Aside this very important contribution, agriculture also serves as a source of income. I teach agriculture. At the end of the day, I get an income. Farmers who engage in the production of crops and the rearing of animals, when they harvest their crops, they sell them and make some money from it. So agriculture serves as a source of income. There are people who engage in the sale of farm input, like cutlasses, like fertilizers. When they sell them, at the end of the day, they also make some money. So agriculture serves as a source of income. Another important point that you need to take note of is agriculture is a source of raw materials for industries. So as shown on your screen, you see sugarcane being processed or processed into sugar. It is the agriculture sector that feeds the industries. Without the sugarcane, there will be nothing to process into sugar. So it serves as a source of raw material for industry. Agriculture ensures that the industries keep running. And as and when there are a lot of sugar canes, we can get sugar. We know the story about the Commander Sugar Factory, where we are told, among other things, that the challenge with it is that there's been shortage of raw materials for the factory. And you know the raw material they need is sugarcane. See, without the supply of raw materials, the industries will not exist. So agriculture plays a very critical role in a smooth running of our industries. Also, cocoa can be processed into chocolate. And on 14th of February, people share chocolate, give chocolate to their loved one to express their love. Without agriculture, they will have nothing to show for their love. Even those who give out flowers is still coming from what? Agriculture. So we see that agriculture is very, very, very important, and we need to take it serious. Aside what you see on your screen, your shoes, your belt, your bags, your books, your pencils, all of these, the source of the materials they use to process them comes from agriculture. So you notice that without agriculture, our very existence will be threatened and life will become unbearable for us. Another important contribution of agriculture is foreign exchange. Foreign exchange. We export our cocoa and we make some money. And every year we get billions of dollars from the cocoa sector. Agriculture ensures that that is possible. Aside cocoa, we export other products like pineapples. We export them, and in 2021 alone, we exported about $29 million worth of pineapple, fresh and dry pineapple product, according to the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. So you see that agriculture is making serious contribution to our economy. Another important contribution is shelter. So on your screen, you see the left side on the image that shows, you see the roofing is called thatch. And it's mostly made of straw or stalk of mainly cereals. Example, millet, sorghum, etc. So this thatch is used in roofing the hut of people. And you find this type of building mostly the northern part of the country. In the south, you see some summer huts being roofed with thatch. On the right-hand side, you see that the image of a beautiful wooden house. Agriculture makes this possible. Aside that, wood that we get from timber is used to create the framework on which roofing sheets are laid. So agriculture makes a serious contribution towards the buildings, construction. Another important contribution of agriculture is to our health. Agriculture makes serious contributions to ensuring that we are always in good health. You see the image of a pig. We get gelatin from pig and is used for the manufacture of capsules and pills, as you can see, and we can fill them with our medicines. On the far right of your screen, you see an image of a powder, and this is moringa powder. All of these are obtained from agriculture. It can be used to treat a variety of ailments. So you see that agriculture makes serious contributions to our economy. Aside this that we've shown on your screen, agriculture also makes contribution in terms of research. Pigs can be used for research. Rabbits can be used for research. All of these are some of the contributions of agriculture to our national economy. I hope you find this lesson very informative. Now, let's turn our attention to the interdependence of agriculture and industry. What kind of relationship does agriculture has with industry? Is it symbiotic relationship where they both mutually benefit from one another? Or it is parasitic relationship where one exploits the other? Come with me as we look at the relationship between agriculture and industry. The mechanical industry, it supplies agriculture tools, implement, and machinery. So tractors, cutlasses, hoes, etc. The tools that agriculture sector needs for its operation is manufactured by the mechanical industry. So agriculture relies on the mechanical industry for the tools they need to work, for the machines they need to till their land. Also, agriculture serves as a market for this product. So when the mechanical industry manufacture this product, they need to offload them somewhere to make some money. And agriculture is their target market. Agriculture ensures that the mechanical industries keep running, ensures that they make some money, they can employ some people. So agriculture serves as a market for their products. It also supplies wood for making handles of tools. So for instance, take cutlass. Don't make fun of my drawing. It's a beautiful cutlass. It has two parts. This part is called the blade. That's the metal part. And this is called the handle. The handle is made of wood, and agriculture supplies it. So you notice that the kind of relationship agriculture has with the mechanical industry is one of symbiotic. They both benefit from one another. No one is exploiting the other. So that is the relationship between agriculture and the mechanical industry. Now, let's look at the relationship between agriculture and the transport industry. The transport industry. Farm labor is transported to and from agriculture workplaces. Before you commute from your homes to visit your farms, your poultry farm, or your crop farms, you need to board vehicles. And the transport industry ensures that vehicles are available to transport agricultural workers to and from their homes. Also, when the labor force or the agricultural workers board these vehicles, they pay a fee. It's not free. They pay a fee. So the fares that they pay, the transport industry also use it to keep their vehicles in good shape and also make some profit out of it. So you see that agriculture is ensuring that the transport industry keeps running. If you go to an area like Mamekrobo in the Kwahu farm place, they produce a lot of yam. They produce a lot of maize. So you see vehicles commuting from Mamekrobo to and from Accra. They go and transport the goods from there and bring them to the urban centers for those of us living in Accra and other areas to have access to food and other agricultural products. The transport industries ensure that this is possible. Again, they help to distribute, as I mentioned earlier, products to market and also to processing and manufacturing centers. So companies that process our tomatoes to tomato paste, they need the help of the transport industry to cart those goods from where they are produced to the processing centers and to the manufacturing centers. And it is the transport industry that ensures that this is done or this is possible. So we need to give them a lot of credit. However, the relationship is mutual. No one is exploiting the other. Agriculture is helping the transport industry. The transport industry is also helping agriculture. So you see that so far, we are yet to identify any parasitic relationship. All of them are being of mutual benefit. Another critical industry is the food processing industry. You know, agriculture produce are highly perishable. So you need industries that will transform them from the raw state into forms that can be stored and used for a longer period of time. And the food processing industries ensure that that is possible. So that it processes agriculture produce into forms that can be preserved for continuous use and for higher market price. So because of the availability of processing industries, farmers do not need to rush to sell their goods for the fear of losing them. You can send them to the processing factories. They'll process them into forms that you can store for a long period of time and then sell those ones at a higher price. Also, agriculture keeps the food processing industry functioning through the supply of raw materials. So we've learned earlier that one of the contributions of agriculture is serving as a source of raw materials. And it is the agriculture industry that supplies these raw materials to the food processing industries. So fruits, so companies like Blue Skies, they get their fruits from agriculture, the vegetables from agriculture, Nestle, the milk they use, everything from agriculture. So agriculture keeps the food processing industry functioning or running through the supply of raw materials. Another important industry is the chemical industry. It supplies agriculture with fungicides, herbicides, weedicides, fertilizers. Very important. When the soil is depleted of its fertility, even though it can naturally regain its fertility, we do not have the luxury of time to wait for the soil to naturally regain its fertility. The chemical industries develop, manufacture substances or materials that helps to boost the fertility of the soil continually for sustained production. So we get fertilizers from the chemical industry. Also, drugs. When the animals become ill, you need to treat them with drugs. The chemical industry produce those medicines for the treatment of the various ailments of animals. What agriculture does for the chemical industry is it supplies the raw materials they need to produce these very important inputs that farmers need for productive work. Aside this, they also supply food. Those who produce these fertilizers, drugs, herbicides, medicines, etc., we learned that we need to eat to get energy to go about our daily activities. Agriculture ensures that they are well nourished to be able to manufacture these products. Another important industry is the textile industry. Agriculture again serves as a source of raw materials for the textile industry. So cotton, silk, wool, that is used for the manufacture of clothing. It's obtained from agriculture. Now, when the textile industry takes hold or takes delivery of these raw materials, they process them into clothing for workers to use. So agriculture workers get their clothing from the textile industry. So you see that agriculture is very, very, very important. And I'm saying again that without it, our very existence on this earth will be threatened. So I use this medium to tell you to engage in agriculture. Even if you have a small area behind your building, engage in a small garden. Cultivate something. Let's give a lot of attention to agriculture in this country. So far, I hope you've been enjoying your journey of exploration with me today. We've talked about what agriculture is. We've learned that agriculture is both science and business. We've also learned about some very important branches of agriculture. We've talked about crop production. We've talked about animal production. We've also talked about soil management, fisheries, forestry, agriculture economics. We've also learned about agriculture extension, the agriculture evangelists. Yes, the agriculture extension officers. I call them the agriculture evangelists. You learned that they propagate the good news about agriculture. Write these questions in your book and answer them. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. I've been your facilitator, Ahima Frank. Until we meet another time, keep learning and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Joy Learning TV.